In this BigCommerce versus Squarespace comparison, I'm going to highlight 5 key reasons to use BigCommerce and 5 key ways that Squarespace is the better choice. Let's dive in with a look at the reasons to use BigCommerce. 1. You can build multiple stores using just one BigCommerce account. When you purchase a BigCommerce subscription, you get the option to build multiple stores with it. Even on its entry-level plan, you can build 3 distinct stores. This makes BigCommerce particularly good value for merchants wishing to create different storefronts for different brands or regions and manage everything in one place. But with Squarespace, you'll need to purchase a brand new subscription for every storefront you want to create. This adds more cost and complexity to proceedings. 2. It lets you sell in multiple currencies. BigCommerce lets you sell in multiple currencies at once, meaning that you can better tailor your store to suit different local markets and show your store visitors prices in their own currencies. Squarespace limits you to displaying prices in just one currency, making BigCommerce the much better solution for selling internationally. 3. It works with a lot more payment gateways than Squarespace. A payment gateway is the software that lets you accept payments on your store. BigCommerce lets you use a much wider range of payment gateways than Squarespace, meaning that you can better tailor payment processing to meet your precise requirements. In particular, it's worth noting that BigCommerce lets you accept payments via Google Pay, while Squarespace doesn't. 4. It's much better for point-of-sale selling. Point-of-sale functionality lets you accept payments not just via your online store, but in physical locations too: retail outlets, pop-up shops, market stalls, and so on. The options available to you on this front from BigCommerce are considerably more extensive than Squarespace, making the platform a better choice for anyone hoping to sell in person. 5. Phone support is provided. Getting a new e-commerce website off the ground can be tricky, and you may find yourself relying on customer service for help. BigCommerce wins here because, unlike Squarespace, it provides phone support. Live chat and email support are all very well, but when building a website, there are situations when a one-to-one support call can be invaluable. Okay, so that's 5 key reasons to use BigCommerce over Squarespace, but where does Squarespace win? I'll come to that in just a moment, but before I do, I want to invite you to like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the notifications bell. This helps us out and gives you easy access to a host of useful e-commerce and digital marketing resources. Also, I just want to point out that if you're interested in using either platform, you'll find links to both in the video description, along with other helpful videos about starting an e-commerce business. Right, let's take a look at the reasons to use Squarespace over BigCommerce. 1. It's easier to use. Squarespace has been designed with web design novices firmly in mind, and accordingly, its interface is much more intuitive to use. You'll generally encounter a much gentler learning curve from Squarespace than BigCommerce. In particular, its drag-and-drop editor is much easier to use and gives you much more flexibility regarding how you lay out your site content. 2. The templates are better and there are more of them available. Squarespace gives you access to a much wider range of templates than BigCommerce, and they boast more wow factor too. Although BigCommerce's templates are professionally designed and do look good, if aesthetics are really important to you, you'll probably prefer Squarespace's offering here. 3. It doesn't apply sales limits. Each BigCommerce plan limits the amount of revenue you can generate. If you go over the limit, you'll have to upgrade to a more expensive plan. By contrast, no such limits apply on Squarespace. 4. Squarespace is better for content presentation and marketing. Squarespace gives you a lot more ways to create and showcase content than BigCommerce, and this is significant because content marketing is a key part of a successful SEO strategy. Its blogging tools, gallery options, and video-related features are all much better than the BigCommerce equivalents. 5. It lets you sell subscriptions and gated content a lot more easily. If you want to sell a product subscription or provide gated access to a membership site, Squarespace is a more obvious choice than BigCommerce. This is because it contains dedicated and easy-to-use features for doing so. With BigCommerce, you'll need to resort to workarounds and third-party apps to do this, something that will require additional configuration time and increase costs. And that's it, our take on BigCommerce versus Squarespace. There's lots more to learn about both platforms, however, so do check out the video description for a link to our full blog post comparison on the Style Factory site. You'll also find links to free trials of both platforms in the video description, along with links to other useful e-commerce resources and offers. Before you go, we'd love you to like this video, hit subscribe and click the notifications bell. And finally, if you have any questions, do leave them in the comments. We read them all and will do our best to help.